G'day mates, today's video we're going to kick off with the story of a player getting wrongfully banned apparently because he was mass reported by people in the community because they wanted to take his qualification spot. That is it. If you place in the top 100 now, apparently you can fall victim to getting banned for absolutely no reason other than people want your qualification spot. I'll talk about that at the start of today's video. I also want to recap all the Cash Cup action today, including the first console player to earn in a Chapter 3 Cash Cup on NA East, and I'm going to break down the new update that's right around the corner that has the new pizza item, which I think is going to be one of the most insane heals in the game, treasure maps coming back to the game, and details on the new drop spot, this covert canyon, which is looking like it's going to be even better than Tilted when it comes to loot. There's a lot to talk about. Let's just jump into it. Let's continue this story of mass reporting. I've talked about this for a while now. We have issues of like Mr. Savage and Tripper getting banned in EU FNCS finals because there was big streamers watching them, big people in the community who were then reporting them, and their viewers were taking that as a chance to go and do the same thing. They ended up getting banned. Obviously, it was a wrongful ban, so they got unbanned. The tournament was a huge mess. We've already talked about that. But we now have a new stage of mass reporting, and apparently it's being targeted at players who qualify for finals. Remember, we now have 2 finals a week, solos and duos, without even FNCS starting. So obviously when players now come, you know, like 101st or 51st in duos, they're looking to get people banned off the top of the leaderboard. And apparently it's now gone so far as to people getting mass reported and wrongfully banned so they can't compete. Now, in the past, this has mostly happened with big content creators and pros. I've made jokes about it on my stream. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it happens. If Clicks comes 101st, you better believe Clicks fanboys are going to go try to find someone inside the top 100 they can get banned. Usually it's been aimed at people who are cheating or hacking or have suspicious clips, and that, you know, as much as I'm not a huge fan of it, I don't like witch hunting. I've always talked about it on my channel. It's why I don't talk about people who might be hacking or show clips and try to, you know, break down, is this guy cheating, because it just gets really ugly. But at the end of the day, sometimes the ends justify the means. At least it is someone who is cheating and hacking who ends up getting banned, because I'm guessing Epic checks the reports, that guy's hacking, they ban them. But now they're getting reported and they're getting banned without Epic apparently doing anything about it. I do need to say that everything I have today is coming from the player who has been banned, so we have to take their word for it. And again, I'm not an idiot. I don't just take every kid's word from it in the Fortnite scene. The reason why I've taken this one more seriously is because he was unbanned, given vbucks like Noah Riley was in the past when he was wrongfully banned, and then rebanned again. So the way it went, which was kind of scary, was the fact that Blade qualified, he then got banned, he then got disqualified from playing in the finals, then he was unbanned, still not able to play in the finals, and then rebanned again. You can see the problem. Whether Blade has cheated or not, which, you know, again, I'm not saying he has by any means. I have zero evidence to say that Blade has done anything wrong. It's just because I don't work at Epic, so I can't 100% verify that he hasn't done something wrong. Again, in the past, we've stood up for people who we thought weren't cheating. They promised us they weren't cheating. Turns out they were, so I'm obviously a little bit skeptical to do that again, but it still sets this scary precedent of anyone can get anyone banned just by being like, report this guy, mass report him. Why? Just do it, and then they get banned, and then there's a spot in the finals. Surely that isn't the system, but we've now had about 4 or 5 instances of people getting banned from mass reports, and Epic has made no public statement on it. So I don't really know where it all stands with this mass reporting issue. I wish we could have some kind of communication. I don't know why there's just such an easily, readily available report button on every single leaderboard, and why, if there's enough people reported, they get banned without even checking. This wasn't mid-tournament where it's like, get the hacker out, which I would like to point out, we have hackers make it through whole Cash Cups, so the system of mass reporting isn't working to get cheaters out mid-tournaments. But even then, they qualified one day, the finals were the next day. You have plenty of time to review those reports and check if the person was actually cheating before actioning the bans. I also want to bring attention to it because he got confirmation from Epic support that it was a wrongful ban. He was unbanned, given V-Bucks as compensation, which were only 20 bucks worth of V-Bucks instead of playing in a solo Cash Cup finals that in EU has a lot of money on the line. But even then, he's now been banned again and left in the dark. So let me know what you guys think. Is this just another stage of mass reporting? Do you maybe think there's something else going on? Because again, there might be something else, but I'm just really confused as to how this whole mass reporting system works. And I think with us having now so many set lobbies, if we're going to stick to 2-round Cash Cups and FNCS every season, there needs to be a different kind of method when it comes to reporting, because the amount of witch hunting that's going to happen every time someone qualifies and someone else doesn't is going to be insane. I'm genuinely terrified for one time that Mongrel or Clicks of someone of that size just misses out on qualifying because people are going to hit the VODs and they're just going to start reporting people for the sake of it. Moving on to the Cash Cup results, we had on EU Ryzen go absolutely ridiculous, getting 149 points. No wins, but getting 3 second places with a decent amount of elims to boot as well. This performance was insane, beating out the next closest opponent by over 50 points. Nebs coming in second on 99. We had Swifty on 98, Vortexes on 86, and honestly, Vortexes right now is having a phenomenal season, looking to be one of those huge, I don't want to say underdogs. Most of you guys have heard about him by now, but really starting to pop off in solos and looking good in team game modes as well. We have Relvis Vino up there, which was great to see our second place from All-Star solos still kicking on, still going strong. We had Hen, Kane, we had Criddles, I'm not really sure, Kai Riddles, sorry, I apologize, and then Chapix as well, Seti, Kami, Rezumi. So EU was incredibly stacked, but when you look at the points, right, when you take someone like, let's say, Seti, one of the world's best players, and then realize that this Ryzen got double their points, you realize how dominant of a performance this was. Unfortunately, again, I haven't moved to NA yet, so EU is very early for me. I'm going back and watching the VODs and catching up with what I can. I'll give way more detailed breakdowns of EU solos in a couple of weeks once I get to NA. Moving on to NA itself though, we had Vert, the NA West import, now playing on NA East, come over and win the NA East Cash Cup on 117 points, 6 matches played, 1 win, played really well. But again, you've got to compare those points, 117 to win NA compared to 149 on EU, just showing how much more dominant Ryzen was on EU. Still a phenomenally insane performance from Vert though. It was a rough tournament, it was very hard, and right towards the end, a lot of the players started to feel the pressure. Vert got a 0 elim 33rd and a 1 elim 21st, by far his worst 2 games in the last 2 games, so clearly the nerves were starting to get to him. Smite had a similar story, unfortunately his last game getting a 0 elim 58th, but still doing really well, and also went on to do well on NA West, which I'll talk about in a second. We had Mero jump up into 3rd with an insane last game, an 11 elim win to close out his last game. Let me show you how ridiculous this finish was for Mero to the Cash Cup. One more game like that and Mero most definitely would have been the back-to-back NAE Solo Cash Cup champion. But hey, first and a top 3, still insane from Mero right now. So consistent in the solo format. We had Byla, the ex-console pro, who was really at the top through most of the tournament. Unfortunately, again, similar story to Vert, but he couldn't hold out. Managed to kind of come unstuck a little bit in the last 2 games. 0 elim 78th and a 2 elim 64th, but still very excited to see Byla up there on the leaderboard. We had Jeff in 5th, Illust in 6th. We had an EU player, Cade, in 7th, so big congrats to him. Princess Wolf in 8th, Fatch in 9th, and Glace in 10th. Now, I normally stop at the top 10 for these cash cups for the most part, but I got to give a shout out to Dasharuni in 11th place. One specific reason, Dasharuni, according to him, and from what I've seen, I can verify this, I can't see another console player who has earned money in Chapter 3, coming 11th place, making $300, and also got 46th on West, so not only double qualified into the finals on console for set lobbies, managed to come 11th overall as well. Now remember, Cash Cup money only comes from set lobbies now. You can't just pop off and frag out or late queue through round 1 Cash Cups. You've really got to show that you're the best of the best and stack up in the set lobbies, which on console, when the frame rates and the hardware struggles, is even more ridiculous. So big shout out to Dash Rooney. Obviously, I'm showing love to the console gang whenever I can. Huge congrats to him. That is a very, very impressive placement in set lobbies. So no one can take that away from him. That's not just, oh, he was aim assisting, running through bad lobbies, 20 bombs. No, he stacked up against the other 9-9 best pros in NA East in solos and came 11th. Moving on to NA West, we had Defiable taking out the top spot on 110 points, Lol Saucy Teed on 100, Herbie in 3rd on 99. We managed to have Andy take out the 4th spot on 98 for the Hispanic gang, Mero in 5th, so top 3 on NA East and top 5 on NA West. Mero is just a solo demon right now. We had Smite again getting 6th place as well, so Smite placing on NA East and NA West looking insane. Muzz coming in 7th. Unfortunately, his last 3 games really fell off the pace compared to his first 3. He was pretty mad about it. If you watched the streams, there was some pretty unfortunate events there, but still placing inside the money. We had Squish, Yumi, and then Aiden also inside the top 10. And again, just like last week, I'm going to say it again, I'm loving watching these set lobby games. Right now, the Cash Cups finishing in set lobbies has been so exciting and makes the Cash Cups feel so much more substantial. We have another major content update coming out soon. This should be the 19.20 update, and it's bringing some big changes to the game, and I think it's going to bring some big changes to competitive as well. The first one we have talked about is Hypex. It's this new pizza item that we thought we were already going to get, but from looking at the stats that have now been released, this looks ridiculous. I don't understand. You'll be able to find it in the normal loot pool, and also will be sold by the Tomato Head NPC at Tilted Towers for 50 gold per pizza box, and has a stock of 4. So you can buy 4 pizza boxes for 50 gold each, and each pizza box has 8 slices, which gives you 50 shield and has a max stack of 2 slices. So don't really get how the whole pizza box to get the slices out to carry the slices is going to work, but if this is in competitive, Tilted Towers just basically got given like 8 big pots they can carry around with them. I don't understand how the pizza box versus the pizza slices is going to work, but either way, it's looking ridiculous. It's the kind of thing that might just go into pubs. It might not be in competitive. Even if it is in pubs, that's still ridiculous. In competitive, it's going to be insane. So keep an eye out for that one. Some of you guys might want to be dropping Tilted even more so than you already were. Teams like Mero are now looking, sorry, not Mero, Acorn are looking extra good out of Tilted. Hypex also tweeting out some information about this Covert Canyon, the new POI we're going to get, this drill slide or the Grotto 2.0 we've been talking about, and we figured out what the guards are going to drop, and this is making this drop look insane. One type of guard is going to drop Blue Striker Shotgun, as well as having the chance to drop minis, medkit, or bandages. It can drop one of the 3. Guard 2 is going to be dropping a Blue Stinger SMG with 3 minis, medkit, or bandages. So you're going to get a blue SMG and a blue shotgun, and usually minis, it's fair to say 33% chance guaranteed by going this drop spot. But that's not just it. We have the other scary weapon around the corner, the mythic Stinger SMG, which the brute boss is going to drop every single game from this POI, as well as dropping 2 lots of heals, 3 minis, a guzzle juice, 1 med kit, and all of them have a 33% chance. So you're basically gonna probably get doubles of them, or at least 2 of the 3, which is just insane. You could easily kill 2 of these guards and the boss and walk out with an entire full loadout with a mythic Stinger SMG. Now, it says this boss is supposed to spawn at Covert Canyon, which got delayed from 19.10 to probably 19.2 or later. So this might not be in this Tuesday update coming up, but we are going to get it very, very soon. And when you think FNCS is still 3 weeks away, I almost guarantee it's going to be in the game before FNCS. That's going to change things up a lot. Also, that's not it. We also have the new treasure maps coming back, but these ones are a little bit different. They're not like the old treasure maps. If you remember, you'd find the treasure map, you'd follow it, you'd dig up a chest, and you'd get like a full gold loadout. It's not that broken, which is cool because I like the idea of the treasure maps, but it is still quite strong. It says here's the loot pool for the upcoming new version of treasure maps that I talked about last month, codenamed Rover. They give you 100 gold, mats and ammo. They're going to give you 2 heals with these chances. Minis are 50%, big shield 40%, and medkit 10%, so pretty much guaranteed shield every single game. And then you're going to get 2 legendary chapter 3 weapons. Every weapon has a 14% chance, so this thing is going to be pretty broken. It's going to be, I swear the old ones gave you more than 2 weapons, but still getting 2 gold weapons. Let's say you go and dig this up and you get a Stinger SMG and a Striker Pump Shotgun that's gold, and then you manage to get minis and a big pot. Like, there is going to be so much loot in the loot pool after this update. The amount of shields around the map, the amount of strong weapons around the map is going up tremendously. This update is pretty much just a huge injection of loot into the Fortnite map. All right, guys, that does it for another video. If you enjoyed, please chuck a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.